So really 0 to 5 has been about growth.
Right.
The hardest, 1 to 5 is normally the hardest. 5 to 10 is a little easier. But there's not a dull moment in our team, and we're always inspired to do the next big thing.
Wonderful. But you make it sound so easy. It wasn't as easy, I'm sure. And there must have been challenges. The first one being that you started business during COVID.
Yes.
And things have changed in the industry since then.
Yeah.
A lot has happened.
Yeah.
And compliances and customer behavior and demands and putting the logistics together, the last mile, the first mile. I'm sure there were challenges. We do also want to take a peep into that bit.
Yeah.
Also understanding from the experience of Welspun One, the entire industry perhaps, because the challenges are similar. So what would you say were those moments like?
Yeah, so, COVID aside, I think the biggest challenging we as an industry face is, like you rightly started by introducing this session, is warehousing is always looked at as that shady space in old Hindi movies where crime happens, right? And but that's not true, I promise you that, right? Not anymore. I mean, if you come to any of our parks and if you see any of our warehouses, they are grade A, spick and span, clean, safe places to work. In fact, the biggest challenge was just changing that perception of warehousing. Just coming into that, hey, it's a great space to be. Otherwise, in real estate, you have, hospitality, which is hotels, fancy $10 million apartments, or high-rise offices, but warehousing was that little small boy in the corner. No longer the case, right? So billions of dollars has flown in from international funds into India for warehousing. We've raised about 2,500 odd crores. We're raising another 4,000 crores in our Fund 3. A lot of capital behind it, a lot of customer. In COVID, it became clear that warehousing is essentials, so they continued running. So that's one. And, besides that, the biggest challenge in the industry always remains land.
Right.
So buying land for these warehouses is an issue. Regulatory issues, as I always say, that infrastructure is always running behind trends. So the regulatory framework has caught up now finally, but when we started, it was still a little premature. So we had to work around a lot of regulatory challenges, convince the government, work hand in hand in them, but we got great support for logistics and warehousing. So, besides the regular challenges of building a project on time, delivering a pan-India business, hiring talent, putting together the right team, those are challenges which you go through anyways. I think land and, probably the fast-moving sector changes would have been our biggest challenges.